Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Kecie and today we are going to be putting some scrapbook pages together from our trip to Universal Studios Hollywood this past December. To put these pages together, I'm going to be using some stamps that I bought from Studio Calico and others that I got from Michael's. I'm going to leave a list of the materials used in the description box below. When I start putting together my pages, one of the things that I look forward to is choosing a color scheme. And 9 out of 10, I would let the picture give me the color scheme like I'm going to be doing here. Like most of my spreads, I don't have a set design. I have an idea of what I want to do, but for the most part, I just let the creativity flow. And I love the process of just putting the ink to paper and adding stickers and all that. So that's what I'm going to take you through today as we get these pages together. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the word memories to these pages. I like to use a mat to be able to stamp my papers. I feel that when I put underneath any surface that I'm stamping on, underneath I put this mat, I'm able to get a better impression of my stamp. This green mat, I bought it at the dollar store for about $1.25 and is one of my most precious tools here in the craft room. Okay, now that I have the stamping down, it's time to put my pictures. I want to document this little trip that we did to Universal Studios, especially when we went to Mario Land. My kids are Mario Brothers fanatics. They love the games, the movies. And when we went to Mario Land, we stopped at one of their shops and they were just trying different hats and they were being goofy. And I took a couple of pictures and this is exactly what I wanted to document here. How happy they were and how happy I was to see them enjoying their time. And I wrote about that in my computer and then I printed on clear sticker paper, and that's what you saw me putting down in the green box that you see on this page. It's easier for me to do it that way. I'm able to prepare the text better and have everything more concise. Okay, now I'm moving on to adding a few embellishments to my paper. And I love to grab colors that are already in the pictures to bring it in with my embellishments. And this is what you see me here. I put this little triangle from a subscription kit from Studio Calico from last year. And I really love those puffy stickers and how it brings my page to life a little bit more with the color. I am stamping the phrase happy face here using my Memento inks. And then I'm gonna look at my stamp stash and look for little stamps that can bring a little bit of more like a humph, like something spicy nice to my pages. And I found this little half circle and I'm just going to be using the colors green and orange just to put a little splash of color on the paper. One of my favorite inks to use are the Memento inks. They're in the teardrop and I just love the inks. It dries fast and they're very reliable, and those are the inks that I use the most in my craft room. So now, as you can see, I'm just adding a little bit more of the embellishments. You will see that I'm going to bring another color besides the orange and the green, and that is just to add a little bit more to the paper. I'm loving, I tried to go on the route of having something more simple and something that calls my name, and I think this is one of the many things that I love to do. It's just using my creativity to bring things to paper. And this is what you see me now, bringing another color and just doing just simple patterns around the paper just to bring those colors up. And with that, I'm going to consider this spread done. I'm just going to add the Universal Studios California, the date, and I'm gonna put this to the side, and I'm gonna start working on the next spread. And the next spread is about when we came into Universal Studios, and I'm just going to put all of that together now. If you haven't been to Universal Studios Hollywood, I recommend that you make the trip. It is an investment. This was a labor of love for us, and I just wanted to document how special it was for my children to be going down those escalators in Universal Studios and seeing Maryland and their little faces, how they lit up and how happy they were to be in this magical place. I also wanted to write a little note about how hard my husband and I worked for this day and how much we have accomplished with our family, from our having nothing basically to being able to do trips like this. Yes, it takes a lot of work, but you know, it is something that I'm very proud of, and I just wanted to document that. And just to give it a little bit more of something extra to my paper, I'm going to be using these alphas to write the word Universal and then Studios. And what I'm doing is I'm lining up the individual alphas on this ruler so I can have a more straight line for the word Universal. The ink that I'm using on this page and I use on the other one for the black ink is the VersaFine ink. Is another juicy, good starter ink for you to have in your stash when you're starting stamping. And I love the word Universal came up. And then I'm going to be doing the same thing for the word Studios, and I'm just going to put it in that corner that you see right there. And I love this little stamp sets. Any alphas stamp set that I have, I love it because you can do so many things with it. Here you see me stamping the S, and although it's a little crooked, I don't mind. It's also part of telling the story. Learning to let go of things being perfect is hard, and I think me doing that when I'm stamping is another exercise in me just strengthening that side of me that wants just to be perfect. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is just adding the to the letters some colors, and I'm using the Super Tips from Crayola. I love the Super Tips markers because they are so good, and the price, guys, is fantastic. You can get 100 of them, a box of 100 for about $15 to $20 on Amazon. And I'm telling you, I use the Super Tip markers for almost every spread that I make, and I just love that I have this palette of colors that I can just choose from, and I really love it. Now to start adding some of the embellishments, I'm going to stick to the same color scheme that I did on the previous spread that I created, because I'm gonna be adding this to a pocket sleeve in my story document binder, and I want to be able to have this unified look between my pages. So you'll see me here bringing again the greens and the oranges to my spread, and I'm using this bubble stickers, and I'm going just to add them in the form of the triangles to my page here. And now that my page is almost done, I'm going to be adding the same little embellishments, stamps that I used on the previous page on this one. And again, it's a way to bring things as something of a cohesive look. And this is how I'm able to tell my story and have fun with it. I love every aspect of this process. If you're looking to start your own journey of stamping, I would highly recommend that you start with what you already have. And if you don't have any scrapbooking materials, subscribing or getting a kit from a company like Studio Calico, for example, it will get you started in this journey. Many of the Studio kits, Studio Calico kits, they come with the things that you will need. Usually it comes with a little stamp set, some paper, stickers, and it's really, really good. And by the way, I am not sponsored by Studio Calico. I just love the company, and they have been able to provide me with the tools that I need to do my scrapbooking. But what I'm saying is that if you are looking to start, getting a buying a kit will be a good route, because it gives you everything. Not the ink. I don't think the kits come with an ink, but you can just get the idea and get the inspiration from other creators that might have used that kit in a different way. So if you're looking to start and get some inspiration, that is one of my recommendations. Okay, and now I'm just putting the final touches on this page. Again, just doing what feels good to me, and I am very happy the way these two pages came together. I could have used more pictures to tell my story. I just love the way that these 4 pictures capture this moment in time, and I hope that you have found some inspiration, that you go ahead and try to create something new, because it's never too late. So try it and have fun with it. This is Kecie. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.